Breaking news tonight, the hate crime guilty plea. The self-described neo-Nazi admitting his guilt in that deadly attack during the white nationalist rally in Charlottesville. James Fields Jr. pleading guilty to 29 federal hate crime charges. Why he changed his plea, and will he still face the death penalty? Growing backlash in the case against Empire star Jussie Smollett. The top prosecutor now speaking out why she's defending that bombshell decision to drop those charges without explanation. The chilling confession. Jamie Kloss's kidnapper facing a judge, admitting to killing her parents and holding her captive for 88 days. His parting words to Jamie as he left that courtroom. The SWAT team raiding a family home with guns drawn, searching for a sick 2-year-old with a high fever. Did the doctor go too far, reporting the parents for not taking their son to the hospital? President Trump's new attack on Obamacare. The president now says if the Supreme Court strikes down the law, he'll have a plan that's far better. But is there even a plan? The deadly fight in a 5th grade classroom, the victim, a 10-year-old girl. And the defense attorney sucker punch during a hearing, the prisoner sneaking up from behind, dealing a violent blow, the latest on her condition.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us on a busy Wednesday night. I'm Cecilia Vega, in for David, and we begin tonight with a guilty plea from the self-proclaimed neo-Nazi behind that deadly attack during the white nationalist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. For the first time, James Fields admitting to 29 federal hate crime charges. He was already convicted in state court for murdering Heather Heyer after he plowed his car into a crowd of counter-protesters in August 2017. Fields pleaded not guilty in that first trial and in the federal trial as well. So why has he changed his plea tonight? ABC's Kira Phillips leads us off.
Tonight, the self-proclaimed neo-Nazi accused of creating this horrific scene on the streets of Charlottesville, Virginia, pleading guilty to 29 hate crimes in federal court. Prosecutors say James Alex Fields was attending the Unite the Right rally when he rammed his car into counter-protesters, killing 32-year-old Heather Heyer and injuring dozens more. Fields was convicted of 29 out of 30 counts, changing his initial plea as part of a deal cut with prosecutors who say they would not pursue the death penalty.
Given all the facts and circumstances, we believed that life imprisonment or the potential life imprisonment was an acceptable result. We also believe that it vindicated our interest in protecting the civil rights of those victims on 4th and Water Street, and we also believe it vindicated, to the extent you can ever vindicate, the tragic loss of life with respect to Heather Heyer.
Last year, he was convicted of first-degree murder in state court, the jurors recommending a sentence of life in prison. Comments made by President Trump in the aftermath igniting bipartisan backlash.
Well, I do think there's blame. Yes, I think there's blame on both sides.
The mother of Heather Heyer speaking out today.
I don't like the fact that my daughter was the sacrifice. But sadly, it took a white girl dying before anybody paid attention to civil rights around here. The civil rights battle has gone on for the black community for 400 years now, and we didn't pay attention.
And Kira Phillips joins us live. Kira, we just heard Heather Heyer's mom there. She also said today she did not want the death penalty, saying there's no point in killing him. It would not bring back Heather. It seems prosecutors listened.
Yeah, and she's full of grace, that's for sure. And according to the FBI, we've seen a dramatic spike, Cecilia, in the number of hate crimes in the U.S., an increase of 17% from 2016 to 2017. And as for James Fields, he's expected to be sentenced July 3rd and likely spending the rest of his life in prison. Cecilia?
Kira Phillips leading us off tonight. Kira, thank you. Next to another guilty plea, this one today in a Wisconsin courtroom. Jake Patterson pleading guilty to murdering the parents of Jamie Kloss and then kidnapping the 13-year-old girl, holding her captive for 88 days. At times, she was trapped under a bed with no food or water. Tonight, his parting words for Jamie as he left that courtroom. Here's Gio Benitez.
Tonight, Jake Patterson, the man who abducted 13-year-old Jamie Kloss, killed her parents, and held her captive for months, pleading guilty to his crimes while fighting back tears.
How do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
As he's led away in cuffs, you can see that he tells the courtroom, "Bye, Jamie," even though she's not there. Jamie had escaped Patterson's rural cabin after being held there for 88 days, finding help.
I have a young lady at my house right now, and she says her name is Jamie Kloss.
She told investigators she was barricaded under his bed for up to 12 hours at a time with no food, water, or bathroom breaks. When asked why he did it, Patterson wrote to a reporter in a handwritten letter, "This was mostly on impulse. I don't think like a serial killer." He told police he spotted Jamie at the bus stop, and that's when he decided she was the one to kidnap.
And those parting words today so chilling. Gio joins us now live. Gio, what sentence does Patterson now face?
Well, Cecilia, he faces up to life in prison. Wisconsin does not have the death penalty, and he'll be sentenced at the end of May. Cecilia.
Gio Benitez, thank you. We're going to turn next to that head-spinning decision to drop all charges against Empire star Jussie Smollett. Tonight, news that the FBI is reviewing the circumstances around that dismissal. It comes as the top prosecutor is now speaking out, defending the decision. But Chicago's mayor still livid. ABC's Alex Perez right there in Chicago.
Facing fierce backlash, Chicago's top prosecutor tonight defending that bombshell decision by her office to drop all charges against Jussie Smollett.
Our office handles cases like this, Class 4 felonies, disorderly conduct, in this way often, many of them with similar outcomes. That is in no way an indication by this office that he is not guilty of the crime that he was accused of.
Kim Fox recused herself from the case days before Smollett's arrest because she'd been in contact with Smollett's family and friends. Text and email messages show Fox tried to get the alleged assault case turned over to the FBI, which was what the family wanted. Before Smollett was considered a suspect, she texted, "I make no guarantees, but I'm trying."
I talk to victims and victims' families all the time. Unlike other victims that I talk to, they don't often go from victims to suspect.
But tonight, the police union wants Fox investigated by the Department of Justice. The city's mayor today demanding answers, too.
You have the state's attorney's office saying he's not exonerated. He actually did commit this hoax. He's saying he's innocent, and his words are true. They better get their story straight, because this is actually making fools of all of us.
As for Jussie Smollett, his attorney telling George on GMA the two men who told police they staged the attack were simply his trainers.
If the brothers are saying that he helped them stage this attack, you're saying the brothers are lying?
Absolutely.
They're not telling the truth?
No.
A former attorney for the brothers says they told the truth.
So many questions still, and Alex Perez joins us now live. Alex, you're learning that there is now a review underway of that decision to drop charges in that case.
Yeah, Cecilia, we're learning from law enforcement sources just a short time ago that the FBI is now reviewing the circumstances surrounding the dismissal of those charges against Smollett. Cecilia?
Okay, Alex, thank you. We're going to turn next tonight to Boeing's full court press to regain trust after the crash of two 737 MAX passenger jets. Planes grounded around the world as Boeing readies a software fix. That fix will need FAA approval. But tonight, those regulators are themselves now under fire. ABC senior transportation correspondent David Curley is at Boeing in Washington State tonight.
Tonight, as two Boeing 737s were rolling off this line, Boeing's all-out pitch to get the grounded fleet back in the air.
The 737 is a safe airplane. The 737 family is a safe airplane family.
200 airline officials, pilots, and regulators here at Boeing in the simulator. Even Boeing's CEO learning about the new software upgrade to the latest 737. Both brand new MAXs that crashed nosed up and down dramatically right after takeoff. In the first crash, bad data triggered an anti-stall system, which the pilots fought but didn't shut off before crashing. Boeing's software upgrade will make it harder for that system to initiate and easier for pilots to recover and pull back the control column. But the two crashes, the way the original system was designed and approved, are raising questions on Capitol Hill. Is Boeing scrutinized enough by its regulator, the FAA?
FAA has authority, complete authority currently, to exercise proper responsibility over aviation safety.
Are they too cozy? That's my pointed question.
Pointed questions there. David Curley joining us live. David, Boeing is still building these planes there behind you, even though they can't sell them. But bottom line, when will these 737 MAXs be back in the air?
Big question. You can see all these planes are being stored here. That software has to be certified by the FAA. That could be next week. And then it's a matter of training the pilots and cycling them through. It could be a week and a half or longer, Cecilia.
David Curley on the story from the very beginning. Thank you. Next, the police raid on a home in Arizona. Authorities showing up with a court order to remove a 2-year-old with a high fever after the boy's doctor called child services. Officers knocking down the door, forcing their way in with guns drawn. Tonight, the family's 3 children are in the custody of their grandparents, and the parents are speaking out. Here's ABC's chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman.
When police kicked down this door, their target wasn't a fugitive, but a feverish 2-year-old. But hours earlier, Sarah Beck had taken her sick child to the clinic. The doctor advised her to go straight to the ER. Her 2-year-old had a fever of 105. But Beck claimed her son, who had had no vaccines, had improved minutes later.
He's acting normal. He's dancing at the sisters, and I take his temperature, and his temperature was 102.
When the family didn't show up at the ER, their doctor called the Department of Child Safety. The police report states police first knocked, spoke with the father on the phone, and when he refused to comply, they moved in because the child had a potentially life-threatening fever and illness. Inside, authorities say the house was a mess, and police discovered the couple's daughters were sick also. One of the girls said she had thrown up in her bed, and in the parents' room, officers discovered a shotgun was lying next to the bed against the wall and was not locked or secured. Police and Child Services say that when this happened back in February, there was a present danger to the well-being of that 2-year-old that required immediate medical attention. Now the family and some lawmakers are saying they went too far. Cecilia.
Okay, Matt Gutman, thank you. We'll turn next tonight to President Trump's surprise move to end Obamacare once and for all. It's not just sparking new attacks from Democrats, Republicans now divided too, including some within the president's own administration. Here's ABC's chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl.
Today, President Trump made it crystal clear he is all in on the legal effort to completely terminate Obamacare, including its most popular protections for middle-class Americans.
I understand health care now, especially very well. A lot of people don't understand it. We are going to be, the Republicans, the party of great health care.
But Republicans in Congress were blindsided by the move, which was opposed by some key players in the president's own administration, including the Departments of Justice and Health and Human Services.
We have a lawsuit right now going where phase 1 of the lawsuit terminates Obamacare, essentially terminates Obamacare. And if the Supreme Court rules that Obamacare is out, we will have a plan that's far better than Obamacare.
In fact, there is no plan. And if the courts agree to strike down Obamacare, insurance for millions of Americans could be in jeopardy. Nearly 13 million people get coverage under Obamacare's Medicaid expansion. More than 2 million young adults are covered because of the provision that allows them to stay on their parents' plans. And an estimated 52 million people with pre-existing conditions are guaranteed coverage. In Congress, Republicans are worried about the political repercussions of doing away with Obamacare without replacing it.
If he has some good ideas for improving the ACA or our system of health care in this country, that those initiatives need to be put forth first.
And Democrats are sounding the alarm.
This is the people's life and death. This is health care. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous what they're doing.
Some strong words there on Capitol Hill. Jon Karl joining us now from the White House. John, a lot of people wondering about the timing on this one. The president was riding high this week in the wake of the Mueller report, but then he went ahead and changed the subject himself.
Well, a senior administration official says this was related to a court-imposed deadline. But, Cecilia, there is real concern among some of the president's key allies about doing this now. In fact, I am told that one top Republican leader in Congress called the president directly to say that he should hold off until the White House has a plan to replace those Obamacare protections. Cecilia?
Jon Karl, thank you very much tonight. We're going to turn now to the growing outrage over the Trump administration's plan to slash government funding for the Special Olympics. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos defending the move on Capitol Hill, saying the Special Olympics is not a federal program. But some members of Congress call the move appalling. Here's ABC's senior national correspondent, Terry Moran.
For more than 50 years, the Special Olympics have been part of a revolutionary movement, putting people with intellectual